And we're live in the finals. Dan on your left playing blue-red Delver. Queen on your right playing mono-green Hardened Scales. Yep, Dan immediately reading LLanowar Reborn, which is a totally fair reaction to that card. It is a very strange card.
It is a weird one.
Yeah. Like, you know, sometimes you wind up with counters on lands. Like 1/1 counters on things that are not creatures.
Sure.
There are very few cards that start that way. LLanowar Reborn is right there.
Here's a Pendelhaven that looks functionally identical to it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then we've also got the, is it double Welding Jar?
Double Welding Jar.
Sweet. I don't know, just in case Dan's playing like, I don't know, in case he's playing removal for the creatures.
Yeah.
I realized as I said that, you don't really need to be playing a Braids to be good against Hardened Scales.
Sure.
Dan, of course, crashing in for 2 here. I'm curious how well Young Pyro matches up against Affinity, because it used to be really good.
Really?
Yeah, but like you can just go so deep on one creature nowadays, and like you have so many flyers, and you make so many flyers that.
Speaking of.
Yeah, well, there we go. There's the boy, Hangarback Walker. Man, that was a standard house.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good here too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because, you know, Queen's not doing anything funky with it. He just, you know, puts an extra counter on it. And then an Arcbound Worker.
Sure.
And I don't know if Queen's got the Ravager in hand, but, like, he can do some pretty silly stuff on the next turn.
Yes.
And just, like, protecting his dudes while he is ticking them up. Because just the exponential value that... it's not... It's that dude right there, Steel Overseer.
Steel Overseer, yeah.
That he accrues in this deck is just crazy.
He's nuts.
Queen also playing 2 Scrapyard Recombiners, which is my favorite card in his build of the deck.
I think you should probably tell me what that does, because I have no idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all know Scrapyard Recombiner. It recombines things from the scrapyard.
Sure.
And that's all I have to say on that topic. No, it's a 3-mana dude. He's got modular 2, comes on with 2 counters. You sacrifice an artifact, search for a construct creature from your library and put it in your hand. Notably, finds Walking Ballista, finds Hangarback Walker.
Yep.
Might also find a couple other things, but those are the win cons. So,
sure.
like, most importantly, does not find Arcbound Ravager, which is a beast.
Yep. It's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the new one looks like a doggy.
It is a doggy.
Yeah.
Yes, you're correct. Here's an animation module.
Yeah, Hardened Scales Affinity. Hey, can I read that? Is probably one of the more common things that you hear playing.
Yeah, all these draft comments, I can't tell what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And just like, yeah, what's this and what's this? And, you know, like, when you're playing the game, it is easy to forget what a card that you've only ever read once does.
Yes.
And so, like, I don't know. I know sometimes people will get annoyed, like, oh, God, this person needs to read it again. But, yeah, Dan, countering that animation module with a Force of Negation, pretty valid.
Yeah.
Like, that card is just a house in this deck. It is a very weird bulk rare from Kaladesh. But it's super powerful in this exact build.
Yes, it is. In Queen attacking for 5.
Yeah.
Make it 7.
Yeah, make that 7.
Which is quite a lot. And he's also threatening to make a million.
Sure. Yeah.
floppers.
Even if Dan has answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is like, this is Hardened Scales Affinity not firing on all cylinders.
I dare say this is anemic. This is a relatively anemic.
This is like, it's fine. I had a dude into a dude into a dude. But, like, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
No Mox Opals, no Arcbounds.
No Hardened Scales.
Sorry, no Arcbound Ravager.
Yeah.
No Hardened Scales.
Yeah.
And Dan just trying to get some damage in. And Queen with a Walking Ballista.
Here's that.
Yeah. And Queen making a little sinister hand motion there.
So, Archmage's Charm can steal these XXs.
Sure.
At any point.
Yeah.
I did not realize that right away.
Mm-hmm.
That's something.
Yeah, which Dan's got in hand.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we've seen him use it in that mode some frequency.
Sure. I've also seen it steal a Hardened Scales from someone before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, okay.
Yeah, beginning combat, I'll take that.
Yeah, we will take the one that is best at blocking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In response, Queen is going to tap it down. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, and Dan with just too many elementals to know what to do with. Pretty excited about that play, about that series of plays, understandably.
Coming for 3?
Yeah. Maybe make it 4? I guess if Dan decides not to block.
If Dan doesn't block, Queen's kind of in a pinch.
Yeah.
Because he has quite a lot of power over there.
Sure. He's also got, but here's the thing. So Queen also has Walking Ballista as a blocker, and Declare blocks ping some dudes.
Sure.
I don't know if that's enough to get him out of this particular spot.
It looks like he still takes 7 and dies.
No, it looks like he can take 6. Yeah, because he either pings a 2-1 and a 1-1, or he pings a 3-2.
I forgot there was a 2-1 on board. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Vapor Snag the last point. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Queen with the, I'll go to -1. Yeah, great. Jump cut. We got Queen on 7. Dan on 7. I got to be honest, I said that before I knew if they were keeping 7 or not. So let's see how this goes for them,
There's a chance they don't.
Sure.
Nope, they do.
Yep, okay, there we go. Oh, turn 1 Ancient Stirrings. All right.
Sure.
Could set up some degenerate nonsense. God, you just get to see so many cards. So many cards. Finding an Inkmoth Nexus. Cool.
Yeah.
Up your artifact count, hit your land drop, find a win con. Seems fine for 1 mana.
All good.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right, and Dan with no turn 1 play. That's where you want to be if you're the opponent of a blue-red Delver deck into another Ancient Stirrings. I guess I'm kind of curious why you'd play land then Ancient Stirrings, but maybe it just doesn't matter.
He knew there'd be no land in the top 5.
Oh, well, I mean, the next top 5, though. Yeah, okay, here we go.
Being facetious.
Yeah, Steven made a facial expression, and that's something I struggle with sometimes.
Doesn't translate to audio.
There you go. Yeah, this is great audio, great for audio medium, huh?
Yeah. Dan into turn fetching, because this is modern. That's what you do.
Right, yeah, of course. Yeah, you don't just fetch for when you need the mana.
Yeah, Queen also having this. I would say this is another slow start.
Yeah, very slow. And I don't know, Dan really took advantage of that in the last game.
Yeah.
That was very, very close, despite winding up with a pretty crushing attack and a Vapor Snag. But you just, if they go slow, you have a lot of play against them.
You do.
I don't know, Dan just plays a ton of removal normally, and after sideboard you get, Red just gets all kinds of answers.
Sure.
Looks like we got a Walking Ballista for X = 1. Oh, and there's me. This is me saying that you do not have to make the decision about whether to move the counter until the trigger is resolving. So this is me just showing everybody. Okay, it does start as a 1/1.
Okay.
And then you do have the option to move it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But so a gut shot would get it.
Exactly.
I think what we're trying to play around.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is yeah.
Gutshot is a card I'm incredibly up and down on it, because when it's good, it is one of the better cards in Magic.
And when it's not, it's just useless.
Why did you do this?
Right, yeah.
Why did you bring
it
this
is just,
card?
it's bad lava dart.
Yeah. Sure, so here's the Hardened Scales. The interaction between Hardened Scales, Arcbound Ravager, and Arcbound Worker.
It's so powerful.
I was like, okay, instead of getting 1 counter, it gets, or in 2 counters, it gets 3.
No,
that's not the situation.
Yeah,
it is far more.
Yeah.
And every time you do this, it goes nuts.
Yeah, Hardened Scales is powerful without being broken.
Sure.
And it's cool. Yes. Here's the Scrapyard Recombiner, and here is Dan reading it.
Read it twice, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, totally fair.
Remand that.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good card.
You do not want to deal with that.
Yeah, it's another sack outlet too, notably.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Sack outlets are real good.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
It's part of what made the Hogak deck so busted.
Sure.
Never being able to path to exile something because of Carrion Feeder.
Good.
I know that Hogak was the problem with that deck.
Let me tell you, I played against that deck a lot.
Sure.
Carrion Feeder was a problem.
Yeah, Carrion Feeder is really good.
Yeah.
Carrion Feeder is still actively getting played.
Yeah.
I saw a really cool Zombies deck that went 4-1 in a Moto League the other day. Sweet. Loved that. Carrion Feeder is just good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just repeatable sack outlets. It's Scrapyard Recombiner. You have to sack for it, or you have to tap for it. But I don't know. I just love them. I love me some sack outlets.
Sure. So Dan was in the tank for some while there.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of action in hand, but
And
he's getting
no
stuck on
lands.
lands.
Yeah, exactly. This is all right. Here's another threat.
What do you got?
Yeah. All right. Resolves. Here's another threat. See, it's almost like I knew what was going to happen.
Yes,
there.
the deck was going to continue deploying threats. You called
Interesting.
It. Yes.
Yeah.
So Hangarback, if you got a counterspell, I would love
boy.
to counterspell that one.
Yeah.
I would consider it a personal favor. And then
yeah, this is Walking Ballista beats. It's the real tech, I think, with this deck.
Walking Ballista has been a crazy card.
Yeah, it immediate multi-format all-star.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It got play in Vintage for a while there. Still gets play in Legacy, Tron and whatnot. Wow, and just actual Ambush Viper here for Dan with Snapcaster Mage. Maybe just getting down the number of cards in hand so he doesn't have to start discarding.
Well, I think that's a consideration. I also think that Walking Ballista is just going to kick you in the shin for the rest of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Especially next turn when it gains 2 counters.
Right, yeah.
And you have to deploy 3 toughness a turn just to stay at parity, and just you are getting into some bad space.
Sure, yeah. Sorcerous Spygalss. I imagine this is naming Walking Ballista.
I would think you'd have to. I mean, Steel Overseer is on the table and very good.
Yeah, I don't know what to pick. I don't know what to pick between those. Like, it's maybe Steel Overseer because it gets out of hand so much faster.
Yeah, but I mean, what I was saying that Walking Ballista, you have to deploy 3 toughness a turn.
Yeah.
Which is a lot for Dan's deck.
Sure.
Especially when you're stuck on 2 lands.
Yeah.
I do not know what's right, and this is a tough call to make.
Yeah, and I love that Dan just had that stack of sticky notes sitting around.
Yeah.
Because they can just immediately. Oh man, I can't read that. It says Steel Overseer.
It does.
Cool. You got a better angle on that than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a super helpful thing to say out loud. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. All right, passing back to Queen.
But like, does Queen care?
So Dan's problem
he doesn't just immediately run him over, but
yeah, he's got the right cards. He's just not playing enough of them.
Sure.
Just being stuck on 2 lands is killing him.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
That's been a theme of a couple of these matches today.
It has been really.
Yeah, and of course, just doing the very odd thing of just straight up attacking with a Steel Overseer.
Yeah, send it in.
Don't see that every day.
Attacking with the 1/1. When it's a 6/6, it makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
But attacking with the 1/1 Overseer.
Right. Yeah. Once you've been activating it a bunch of times.
Yeah, but right now.
I mean, it means his Pendragons are live.
Sure. Picking up a 3rd land here finally.
All right.
I think he scried land 4 to the top as well.
Sure. That tracks.
It
does. That is that's a Mox Opal.
It is.
And it's live.
And Queen look like sitting on a Dismember, and I can't tell you the 2 cards. Can you?
Is that maybe an animation module and a artifact of some kind?
It's an artifact.
Interesting.
Who knew?
Well, that's sort of an interesting meta choice here, huh? Playing artifacts in Affinity. Dang it! I guess we're just gonna have to have a fun surprise. Yeah. Notably, Queen cast a Dismember here and only take 1. Because he can activate the.
He can. That's pretty good.
Not that this game is particularly racy, but like that's always nice.
There is some upside there.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not nothing.
No. And Dan looks like what's he going for here?
It's got to be Vapor Snag.
Here we go. Vapor Snag and the Hangarback Walker. Queen gets played again as a 3/3.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And just take 4.
Take 4.
Still good.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Put a counter here.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Yeah, and by 1 counter, I mean 2 counters.
Sure.
God, at Walking Ballista, it scales so well.
Really does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a second look at that.
Yep.
No, it actually says that, huh?
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
Yeah.
Sure does.
So Dan getting his 4th land on turn 11. I don't know if that's actually what it is, but
no, we're a little bit before that.
It has been a long time.
Sure. Yeah. It would have been nice to see these a little earlier.
Sure.
Dan's sitting on an Archmage's turn.
He is. I mean, if he tries to take...
Yeah, you just pop it in response. Yep. Yeah. Granted, it forces him to try to win with a 1/1, but...
It does. If any deck can do it...
Sure.
This is the one. Picking up another Steel Overseer for Queen, which is a little unfortunate. 5, 6, 7, 8. So Queen This attack is almost lethal in a few ways.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Dan's got to have some way. Okay. So, yeah, some way to force him to pop the Walking Ballista early.
Sure.
It looks like Queen just in response is going to put 2 counters in the Walking Ballista for 7, and then maybe hit Dan for a 1.
Yeah, Dan losing a point off that fire.
Yeah, there we go. Yep, there it is.
Jeez.
All right. Yeah, and there was just no way around that. He did that activate the fetch land. Both players keeping 7 in game 3 of the finals. It's always nice when you get a nice full match.
Yeah.
It's nice to dumpster your opponent in 8 minutes and 2 games, but like for us having to record to it, for you guys having to watch it, it's always nice to just see fully how a matchup plays out.
Sure.
Yeah. And of course, wouldn't be Modern without turn 1 fetch shock.
Yeah, and I think this matchup specifically has a lot of nuance to it.
Yeah.
That we didn't get to see. Like, Dan can almost go as wide as Queen.
Sure.
For certain phases of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Those young Pyro game plans.
Yeah.
That'll get there, but that is if you're able to do that in the early game. But if Queen is given the time to set up, I just think that Affinity grinds better.
Hangarback Walker.
Yeah, right.
Makes a number
Huge.
of tokens that doesn't really make sense.
Why do we still call it Affinity?
Because it's got artifacts, John.
Sure.
Yeah, there's no affinity cards.
Yeah, it's
in
like a Theseus' ship kind of thing.
Yes,
huh?
it is.
Yeah. You just sort of keep replacing things, and then
Still affinity.
Yeah, exactly. It was Affinity at every point. Did it ever stop being Affinity?
When Frogmite came out, I think is when it stopped.
I mean, the artifact deck in Modern has not played any Affinity cards in years.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and we got a 2/2 for 1. God, that might be a 4/4 for 1.
2/2.
Well, right, but if it moves,
if he drafts.
But
Sure.
he played around Lightning Bolt, something like that.
Sure.
Not getting greedy with it.
Well, I think he could have elected to move it during the resolution of the trigger, and Dan has to respond to it, or it's a 4/4.
Yeah, there we go. You're right.
Yeah. So, but Dan.
Oh yeah, that's why I answered the judge question that
Yes,
last
it
game.
is. And Dan understanding the
situations
nuance.
like that.
Yeah, and bolting it before it goes anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, looking at a handful of these cards all interact.
Sure.
Archmage's Charm, Vapor Snag. I'll take that.
Oh, there it is. Stealing a Hardened Scales.
Yeah.
Just make Queen work for it.
Why are you playing that weird land, Queen? It makes no sense.
Right, exactly.
Here comes
Okay.
Welding Jar.
Would have been nice to see that a little earlier, I think.
Yeah. Second LLanowar
LLanowar
Reborn.
Reborn. We're getting there.
Yeah. Queen has no way of ever getting that Hardened Scales back, does he?
No.
That is perpetual.
No. Yeah, there's no way. There's absolutely no way.
Sure.
Not doing that.
Picking up an animation
Ooh,
module.
Excellent. I love that card.
It lets them grind out games so they would have no chance of
absolutely.
otherwise.
Yeah. It's huge.
Sure.
It can also not insubstantially start proliferating their poison counters. That's it's slow, but sometimes you attack in for 1 and then just the board gums up. This ensures that you have some play to it.
Sure.
Even after whatever nonsense happens.
If Dan plays a Pteramander,
yeah,
and adapts it, it's going to be a 7/7.
Exactly. 5/5?
Whatever it goes. No.
Oh my God! You're right. Yeah, it's going to be a 6/6. Yeah. Okay. That might come up. Pteramander is one of in Dan's deck, of course.
Sure. So Queen electing to put both of his counters onto his Seal Overseer here.
Oh yeah, so you can trigger the animation module.
Sure.
All right. Huh. Super cool. I love that card.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Here comes a Servo.
There he is. It's a tiny friend.
And Vapor Snag it.
Yeah, well.
Too bad about those counters,
Dan. What do we
Dan.
have here? Oh, okay, just while Dan's tapped out.
Yes.
Kill the... But is Dan asking, are you killing the Elemental or are you killing the Pyromancer?
I would assume.
I guess I just don't understand what's wrong here.
I think you're talking about trigger timing.
Does it matter?
I think a little bit it does. Because,
okay. If we got a Force of Negation?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, huh. Okay.
A lot of pointing. You're there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was definitely there. Yeah, there's my leg.
No, you're on this side. That was your blue arm pointing in.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So the player's working through something.
Someone's leg.
Yeah.
Cool.
There was some misunderstanding here.
Looks to all been sorted out though pretty quickly.
Net effect.
Dan though, not really sitting on cards in hand.
Yeah, I was just thinking Dan's real far ahead.
He's got a blue card in hand that he is wildly flicking back and forth in his hand. He definitely has a blue-red land in his hand. I think it's a Spirebluff Canal.
Sure.
And then some other... Oh, he's got a
Vendilion
Clique.
Yeah.
Huh.
So Dan is pulled ahead in the game, but is only barely holding on.
Sure.
Like this can turn on him at any
Right.
moment.
Yeah.
Especially with the animation module.
Yeah, like Queen just needs to land a Walking Ballista or something. And
yeah.
Dan is in trouble. Trade in the servo for an elemental.
Sure.
Seems fine.
Queen should be at 13, I believe.
Yeah.
See if our players catch up to that.
Yeah, because dang it.
All right.
Right. Well, that is the problem with not having this done live.
It's the old draw step. Can I have priority?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, you get asked some very specific questions when your opponent is playing Vendilion Clique.
Yeah. Huh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. And, I mean, is Dan particularly opposed to Queen having any of these?
Do you think you can beat that Hangarback Walker? Because if he just plays it for 2
sure,
blocks, and then I think the game's ended. Like, if he ever manages to get Thopters out of it, I think the game's over.
Yeah. Or maybe just hitting the Ancient Stirrings because giving him 1 card to find a Walking Ballista is better than giving him 5.
I guess Walking Ballista is the worst card.
Yeah. And I think that's what you're kind of playing around because like Dan's board state is pretty fragile.
Yeah.
And Queen top decking the Walking Ballista.
Sure.
And Dan, of course, with the "Yep, that's what I was afraid of" reaction.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I didn't want you to hit off the Ancient Stirrings.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I guess you just nothing to say when your opponent just has it.
Yeah.
Like I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, I do too.
And it just didn't matter. Just didn't matter at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and cash in a land for a card. I really like that those Horizon lands are not just a green-white thing anymore.
I do too.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it when it was green-white because green-white had limited sources of card draw historically.
Yeah, I also felt like I like green-white. I play a lot of green-white decks. I have historically. It was my first ever competitive deck. And it was just kind of nice for green-white to have something special. But now, as someone who organizes tournaments, I don't know. It's just a thing that gives a lot more play to a lot of different archetypes.
It really does. So Queen opting to turn in his Walking Ballista to take out that Vendilion Clique.
Yeah, just before Dan can name anything with the Sorcerous Spygalss, because by the time they see your hand, it is already too late to activate something.
Sure. Yeah. Animation module has a triggered ability and an activated ability.
Both are quite good.
And I don't think he cares about the activated one here. I think he is trying to stop the...
Yeah, I think he's just going to name Steel Overseer. Oh, yeah, and Queen grabbing the Steel Overseer post-it from the last game. Yeah.
Saving paper, what a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I'm going to say I don't know how you beat one of these Walking Ballistas.
Right.
Yeah, it is just...
Hangarback Walkers.
Hangarback Walkers, yeah. Because they're going to gum up the board.
Sure.
You make... Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so pretty big turn from Queen. The Steel Overseer is just a 1/1 for...
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of curious...
Why not double Ballista?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
And maybe it's...
Hangarback Walker, good God.
Oh, dang it, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, because he wants it to die?
Yep.
Huh. Cool. All right. Yeah, because I guess he's got another one. So
got another one.
Yeah, sure. He has no way to cash them in by himself.
Yep.
So I don't know. Maybe you just get a little bit more out of being able to attack for one, being able to block, like a Pteramander or a flipped Delver.
I agree.
Yeah.
Everyone losing and gaining life pretty wantonly here. I think that Queen is attacked in, then tried to activate a Steel Overseer, but forgot.
Ah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are apologizing to the camera.
Yeah, sure. All right, here comes the Serum Visions. Looks like Snapcaster top, land bottom.
Yeah, and I just don't know. So like Queen's not in a position to just kill him, but he's so far ahead on board.
Yes.
Like, yeah, and now he can just start activating the animation module, making a huge Hangarback Walker that you don't even care about cashing in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is essentially the point in the game where Hangarback Walker is, if you're playing a fair deck, Hangarback Walker makes an insurmountable number of tokens.
Yeah.
You need to do something unfair.
Yep.
Because this is so many cards.
Sure.
Yep. Here comes all of these guys.
Just crash in. Yeah, well, yeah, because I mean Dan's got a bad block. That's it.
One bad block of your choosing.
Sure. Yeah.
Here comes the Proliferate.
And make a dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
6/6. Yep.
Okay.
Passing back.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Now, Queen, notably, not at a huge life total.
No. Yeah, like I don't know. So I think you'd be more worried about it if Dan had like, so Dan just doesn't have Bolt Snap Bolt mana.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
And like that's something you just have to play around in Modern playing against a blue red deck. And you just don't have to worry about it because your opponent's constrained on mana.
Animation module is making 1/1s.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of like, oh
yeah. Right.
Block.
Yeah, exactly. Just I will continue doing my good things, and I still get to hedge against you having a really good draw.
Sure. Yep.
And I think Dan maybe just counting out how dead am I?
Sure.
Because like.
Just looking balefully at the Hangarback Walker.
Well, he's not playing Ice Fang Quell,
if
so
he
it
can
can't be that
steal
baleful.
does he have an Archmage term?
Yeah.
If he can steal the Hangarback, and several things go in his favor, you know what? Here we are. We made it back.
He maybe has a shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, even still, he steals it, and Queen still attacks him for 4.
Well, Queen taps it. Then he gains control of it. I mean, he steals it now. I don't know. There's a lot of...
Yeah, no, I did not realize how relevant that... Oh, yeah, I can tap my Hangarback Walker would be.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. Yeah, and Dan, you know, sitting on a Snapcaster Mage, but Snapcaster's pretty mana intensive. Like
it really is, yeah.
It is a 2-drop. It's one of the better creatures ever printed, but like, for it to be good, you need to have a little bit more than what Dan has.
Yeah, he's sitting on a Force of Negation too.
Okay.
Which there's plenty of targets in Queen's deck for Force of Negation.
Sure.
Just never really lined up for him.
Right. Yeah. Well, because he didn't see it early enough to hit the Hardened Scales or the animation module.
Sure.
And I don't know. Are you gonna hit an Ancient Stirrings with it?
Yes, you shouldn't. I don't think.
Yeah. Are you gonna discard a card to hit an Ancient Stirrings? Like. All
right. Here comes a Blinkmoth.
All right.
And the rest of these guys? Yeah, here they all come.
Yeah, it's just the team.
Yep.
Sure. And I mean that's lethal, assuming no blocks. So blocks are gonna happen.
He saw it.
Yeah, there we go. Didn't think that one past it. That one past him. Yeah, Dan is wondering, can this put a counter on things, or can it just make more counters where there are already counters?
Sure.
Or I don't know. Maybe you just had some other question because Animation Module is a weird kind of obscure card.
It really is.
Yeah.
All
and.
Right. Snapcaster
Mage.
I think it's
Does
a
he
Vapor
have a
Snag?
Bolt in graveyard? Oh, a Vapor Snag.
He definitely picked Force of Negation, but I cannot believe
that
could not be what he intended.
For a moment, held that Force of Negation longingly, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's...
So he's got a Bolt and a Vapor Snag.
Sure. I do not like any of the options for removing things.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I assume you want to block the 3/3.
I would assume so.
Because, like, or I don't know, maybe you don't. Maybe you just would rather trade with something.
Yeah, and let's assume you kill a token that no one cares. I don't know what you kill here.
Sure.
If you kill the Hangarback Walker, you're absolutely not going to win the game.
Right.
Because he only has 3/1/1 blockers.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I don't even know what to tell you to do here, man. Oh, there's a Regenerate on that.
Oh, yeah. Trick's on board.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. Removed from combat, but still.
Sure.
Gets to keep it around. Block there. Taking 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
Sure.
Go down to 3, and Dan's... Yeah, okay. Elemental going to die. Thank you, helpful judge.
So Dan has, 2 power. Queen still has a blocker back. Still has an animate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's got an uphill battle here.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Have you noticed how fast Dan's leg wiggles at 1.5 speed?
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
It's really
yeah, yeah.
something.
Like a lot of people do stuff on camera, and Dan is the Brian Kibler of leg wiggling.
Yeah, so Dan looking at a hand of counter spells.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
not great when you're behind and you're about to die.
Yeah, what a weird game.
Yeah,
Queen
yeah,
did
yeah.
nothing good.
Sure, and still just kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes your opponent doesn't have lands.
I mean, it
Right.
just, you proliferate, you make a token.
Sure.
There you go.
Ding.
Why does the animation module have this text? I don't know.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, sounds about right. Dan just like, yeah, this might as well happen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
You know, why would it not happen? I couldn't
yeah,
guess.
yeah, exactly. And Queen just with the big
Stirrings?
her stirrings and a
Oh,
big.
no.
Well, he doesn't have the pyro anymore.
Yeah,
So he can't.
it
Yeah,
does
yeah. All
make a
right.
difference.
And that is going to do it. Queen Veroni is our champion of the return of the Modern Super Sunday series. Thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you next time.